What's going on, guys? So we are done with the bye week. I hope everybody had a good bye week yesterday. I know over here in Orlando, it was rainy the whole day, and I literally just sat on my couch and watched Red Zone for the whole entire, 6 or 7 hours it was going on. So awesome time for me. Stress-free football, won my fantasy games. So all was good here. Now we are pivoting back into Jaguars mode. It is actually Ravens week. The Jaguars host the Ravens on Sunday. So, as we kind of gear into the last half of this season, the Jaguars had 10 games down, 7 games to go. The Jaguars are currently 3-7. So, as we all know, the playoffs are out of question at this point. I mean, unless they went on some ridiculous run where they went like 7-0 or 6-1. I mean, I'll be rooting for them every Sunday, but if we're being honest, we know the name of this game. It's not going to happen. So, what do we have to look forward to these last 7 games? I kind of wrote down a few things that we can look at and kind of get excited about, or just kind of watch. So here's some things I have. Now, the Jaguars still get to play the Titans twice. The Jaguar, obviously, that's our huge rival, and the rivalry seems to be fading because the Tennessee Titans just beat us down every time, and the rivalry is kind of becoming unfun in a sense. So the Jaguars, they still get to play the Titans. Jaguars haven't beaten them since 2019. So hopefully, at least one of these shots we get at them. Hopefully, the Jaguars can actually come out victorious. That would be so awesome. But we still have those games to look forward to. The Jaguars still have the Texans on the schedule. The Jaguars have lost 9 games in a row to the Houston Texans. It's been awful. I mean, and they're such a bad team too, and they've been so bad these last few years, and the Jaguars just can't find a way to beat them. The Texans are currently had the worst record in the NFL right now. Their only win is against yours truly, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They, for some reason, the Texans just seem to own us. So the Jaguars need to find a way to overcome the Texans. Who even knows? Davis Mills has been terrible at quarterback. Maybe we play a different guy over there. We'll see. So the Jaguars still get to play the Titans and the Texans. So let's hope, really, when it comes to the division games, let's just take care of these games. Hopefully, get at least one win against the Titans, beat the Texans, so we can kind of move forward with that. Now, a couple of last notes here. There's some streaks that are at play. Most notably, we play the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys actually haven't been to Jacksonville in 16 years. And the big thing about this game is that the Jaguars have not defeated an NFC opponent since week 1 of 2018. The Doug Peterson is currently 0-3 against the NFC East this year, his old division. And, this would be a cool game to be able to get, especially since the stadium is going to be overtaken by Dallas Cowboy fans. So, that's a big one. And then also, I think the New York Jets is an interesting game. Most notably, just because of not the rookie quarterback, but the 2021 quarterback battle between Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. I mean, so far, when you take a look at that draft class, it looks like, Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields are trending in a good direction. Mac Jones seems to be all right, even though it feels like he did not it felt like he's taken a little bit of a step back when you compare this season to last season for him. And then, Trey Lance, undecided, and Zach Wilson has been terrible. I mean, he's trending in a terrible direction, and who even knows if he's going to be playing this game. But we all formed a Jets rivalry back in 2020 when we were in the race for first place as in worst record in the NFL, and we knew that the prize was going to be Trevor Lawrence, and the Jaguars ultimately won the battle of the losers, and we got Trevor Lawrence, and it's looking pretty good so far. So those are a few games out of the 7 games left. The Jaguars also have, like I said, they have Baltimore on Sunday. We play Detroit. So there's still a few games on the schedule where, depending on who you are and what games get you interested, the Jaguars can go over there and, maybe be able to win. Now, next up, the thing I'm going to be looking for is, let's see if the Jaguars can generate any kind of pass rush. I mean, Josh Allen's been a huge disappointment. I don't understand what's going on with him. Trayvon Walker, we'll see if he kind of ends off on a pretty good note. I know for him this year, like we can make the rookie excuse for him. It's fine. But I hope to see kind of some more games just out of Trayvon Walker, and hopefully he finishes off his rookie year strong. Another big thing is the Devin Lloyd versus Chad Muma battle. Devin Lloyd has had a very weird rookie year. He was outstanding in September. Then the last several weeks, just trending in a terrible direction. The effort seems low. He seems confused. If you look at the tape, Aluakin is always telling him where to line up, and it's been bad. I mean, it's just been bad football by Devin Lloyd, and you wonder if Chad Muma is going to be starting on Sunday against the Ravens, and I wonder if there is any kind of if it makes the play better out of the linebacker group. And it's disappointing because Devin Lloyd is a guy that the Jaguars up for, to be able to get, and the Jaguars aren't getting much of a return. So I know we got to give him time, but we'll see with Chad Muma if he gets the starting role, and if he does, if he can really capitalize on, being able to capture that one. Now, last but definitely not least, is we get to see some more out of Trevor Lawrence. Now, Trevor Lawrence has had some really, really high ups and definitely some low downs, but he is coming off of 2 games where he definitely looked like the best player on the offense, had great command of the offense. This year he has 2,334 passing yards, 13 touchdowns to 6 interceptions with a 65.2% completion percentage. And, I've been a fan of this team like all my life. And I know there's been so many times where it's the end of November and I go into it not excited about the Jaguars game. I go into it, expecting us to get blown out, but it's a different feeling this year. Like with this team, I feel like any given Sunday the Jaguars can win. I feel like you can kind of see the parts in motion about maybe the Jaguars being able to become, that it seems like the core of the Jaguars team is here. The nucleus is good, and especially the quarterback play. It feels like Trevor Lawrence is the future of this organization. So it's definitely been a joy to watch this team on Sundays. I mean, last week the Jaguars played the Chiefs, and I didn't go into that game thinking we were going to get blown out. I turned the TV on, hoping that the Jaguars can somehow pull up the upset, and not expecting us to get blown out. So it's definitely a good feeling, and it's definitely a just much more interesting team to watch. And when you compare it to years past, it's just definitely a lot better. I don't know if you guys get that same feeling, but I know I do. So those are a few different things. We'll focus on the Ravens, sometime this week. We actually have coming up. This year is coming to a rapid end. And hopefully, just like I said, 7 games left. It's kind of disappointing that we're here. I know, like, at some point, I know at this point, I made a video a few days ago. I'm not really happy where this team is right now when it comes to just record and even just, some of the things going on with the team and organization right now. And I didn't ask a lot. I was hoping at least 7 wins. I don't think, 7 wins get you 7-10. 10 is a double-digit loss season, and asking for a double-digit loss season is asking a lot, but I guess it is. So I was hoping we'd be in a hunt at this point, but the Jaguars are down and out. So I don't know. We'll just have to. It kind of is what it is. So make the season what you want it to be. I know I'll be watching all these games, and I definitely keep looking forward to these games every Sunday at 1:00. That's our slot. And yeah. So with all that said, thank you guys for watching the video. Drop a like for me, and go Jags.